Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and a Happy Holidays to you and yours. My name is Tronage, and today we're going to be talking about Drone Drop for December 2019. Want to see what's inside? Well, then stick around. Drone Drop, December 2019, baby. This is their last chance to get into the running to be basically competitive against the Quad Box or the FPV Crate. We've had some pretty decent showings. I mean, the Quad Box, if you want to check out that unboxing, right up there for December 2019 was insane with those blaster motors that they gave us for this year. They did it in 2018 and they did it again this year in 2019. Huge value. Then we got the FPV Crate. They came in strong. They gave us some decent value, not super duper, but definitely above average. If you want to check out the December box for FPV Crate, you can check that up in the corner there as well. So now I have the Drone Drop in my hands and I am dying to see, are they going to be competitive or are they just going to literally drop the ball, pun intended, and just completely fall out of the ranks? And like I said, December is going to be the month that we're gonna make some decisions around here at the channel. So if Drone Drop is just not providing me the value that I would come to expect in a box, then we're gonna have to make some changes. We're gonna have to make some cuts. But I could be completely wrong and there could be something amazing in this box and I'm dying to find out which way they went. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna bring you all in close. We're gonna do a little bit of an unboxing. I'm gonna give you my genuine reactions to what I see in these boxes. And then we'll do a little bit of a cost analysis to see what's the value of the products in the box, how much you paid for it, and what kind of bonus value do you have after that. But before we do any of that, slam that subscribe button. While you're at it, hit that bell icon. Makes finding my videos a whole heck of a lot easier. Helps support the channel. Completely free to you. Doesn't cost you a cent. And it'll be your Christmas gift to me. So thank you. All right, with that out of the way, why don't you come all in close and let's get this open. All right, guys. Drone Drop. Decision time. Cracking this guy open. Let's see what we got in the box. So we do our little flipperoo. We're gonna cut our seal. Little bit of a pre-open on that flap. Flip it back around. Make sure we're all good. Get that flap good and ready. Here we go. All right, so to start, we have the sticker sheet. Pretty cool stuff. Little heavy duty feel to it. Not as heavy duty as the FPV Crate one, but still feels pretty durable. I'm liking it. Pretty cool stuff. Next up, we got some props. Let's look at the props we got here. We got some Lumineer props. It does not say on them what they are. So let's take a peek and find out what they are, because there's no sticker. I just have a barcode here if you care to see what that says. But there's no indication of what kind of props these are. So we will crack one open and we will find out. All right, so on closer inspection on this little hub here action, you probably won't be able to see it on this footage, but I will help you out here. These are 5 by 5.3s by 3, otherwise known as a 50-53 prop. I mean, look at the profile on that. I mean, it's pretty steep, so it's a pretty aggressive prop. So I'm curious to see how those work out. And we have 3 packs of them. 1, 2, and 3. Moving on next, we have some tweezers here. The HRC 40. So they are, it really just looks like a straight tweezer. And it says ST14 on the side there, so you can check them out. All right, so we got one tweezer. We got 2 tweezers, so these are the offset ones. The ST15 set. And we have a third tweezer, ST13. So I don't know what the difference is. I mean, it's a different number. Oh, okay. So the ST14, this has a very pointy tip, and the ST13 looks like it has more of a blunt tip end. So that they're both straight tweezers, but this one's like needle point, and this one kind of looks like a thumbnail, almost like a blunt tipped tweezer. So we got 3 tweezers. And last but not least, we have a Source 1 frame in all of its glory here. So it's the Source 1. And does it have the version number listed on here? Yes, so this is the Source 1 version 3. In case you're curious, it's in very fine print there, but it is the Source 1 version 3. So that is pretty cool, although I will say this box feels really light, but we'll run some cost analysis on it anyway, because as I did say, it is decision time on the surface at least. Maybe drone drops in for a reckoning, at least for me. So to recap, we have the Source 1 frame. We got the 3 sets of the Luminaire props. We got 3 tweezers of different sizes and shapes. And we got a sticker sheet. Let's run some numbers and see if my hunch is correct. All right, I have run those numbers and yeah. But we'll go through them line by line and I'll give you my thoughts. So first off, we have those Luminaire props. Luminaire props are definitely decent props. I mean, as you know by now, my go-to props are either the HQ or the DAL props, but Luminaire is definitely a good contender here. And these being a 50-53, they are very similar to the types of props that I run, which is usually like a 50-50. That's just my preference for the way my setup is, and these being very close will probably perform equally as well. So those are pretty good. Next up, we have this little set of 3 tweezers. And you may be saying to yourself, Tronage, why do I need tweezers when I'm building a drone? Well, actually, they do come in very handy. You are going to be soldering some very small wires to circuit boards and stuff, and sometimes it's just a lot easier to hold those wires with the tweezers and be able to solder it. Also, because the wires can get hot from soldering, so holding them with a tweezer helps protect your finger. So there is a use for them in our hobby. However, from what I can see, these Vetus tweezers are more of a high-end tweezer, if that's such a thing. The prices I find are rather expensive for them. For the most part, I mean, there was the occasional time when I'd pop onto, I think it was AliExpress or Bango to one of them, and I would find them for a very cheap price. But for the majority of the time, they were coming up, you know, more expensive than I would have thought for this type of a tweezer. So that's why that number is marked in that color there, though, because even though the price that I came up with was around $14, there's a couple issues. I mean, first of all, they're designed to be super precise, and you see a lot of it with it's like eyebrow tweezing and stuff. Like that's what these are, I guess, used for. And with what we're doing, we don't need that level of precision. We're not like, you know, trying to do something so precise. We're just holding a wire so we can solder it. So it's not super critical that they be a high-end tweezer. We just need something to hold a wire. That's why, you know, me personally, on Amazon, I found this set. It's from, what is this from? PIXNOR. I'll put a link to this in the description down below. But it's a little case, and it comes with a whole bunch of tweezers, every size, every shape, including the designs that we have in this little kit. But you know, you have everything you would need, plus they have the coating on the handle, so they're non-conductive, so you're not like, you don't have to worry about any kind of issue because the handles are non-conductive. So as you're holding them, you're not gonna be able to put static electricity into your circuit board and fry it, or, you know, worry about electricity coming up if you're working on some other type of electronic. And this whole set was only like $11 or $12 on Amazon versus $14 or something for just 3 tweezers. So if you're looking to go out and buy a set of tweezers, I would highly recommend this. This is what I use in my everyday for building quads. However, it is kind of cool to get some high-end tweezers, but we really don't need high-end tweezers because we're not, you know, pulling little hairs like for eyelashes and eyebrows and the stuff that I was seeing that these tweezers being really more associated with. So to each their own, but you know, they're cool tweezers, but they're just tweezers. And lastly, because thank goodness we didn't get another Quad Questions battery strap, I would have lost my, yeah, you know. Okay, so our last item here though is the Source One V3 frame. I love the Source frame. I think the concept in upon itself is just really good. It's good for the community to have an open source frame that's out there, that's affordable, that's cheap, and is still a good frame. And being open source, people can make corrections, modifications, improvements, and it can evolve and take on a mind of its own, if you will, and become something really, really good. And being that it's affordable, more people can get into the hobby using it. So I think the frame itself is awesome. Plus, I've been complaining about these boxes not having any Team Black Sheep stuff. So finally, we've gotten something that's specifically Team Black Sheep. However, this box had three things. The tweezers are three pieces for the tweezers, but I'm just going to call them tweezers as one thing. You see there's just props, tweezers, and a frame. And if you look at that bottom line, you can see we're getting horrible value. Again, if this was a one-time purchase for you, you lost money again. That's 3 months in a row that they've been basically not even caring about what's going on. As a subscriber, yeah, we came out ahead, but by very little. And remember, that's based on these tweezers being like $14-something. And in all honesty, I don't need $14 tweezers when I have a full set of them for like $12. So, I mean, personally, would I have gone out and bought these tweezers? No. You know, so the props and the frame are really all I'm looking at. And by the time you do that, I lost money on this box too. Bottom line here is that this was not a good value. And as I've been saying for the last 3 months, because this is month number 3, that the value has been horrid, I've been saying to Drone Drop that to listen up because decision time is going to happen in December. And this box has made my decision. And that decision is done with Drone Drop. We are going to pull the plug and we'll be absolutely. This is not a test of the emergency broadcast system. Because this is an actual emergency, the tones that you just heard will be followed by latest breaking news in the drone community. All right, folks, we have some important information. This is literally just happened last evening at the time of recording, and it is pretty darn important. So this video was supposed to end with me canceling my Drone Drop because I seriously am fed up with the quality and value that I was getting from these boxes, that I was just going to say, okay, let me just cancel this, be done with this, and move on with life. However, I don't have to do that because, well, basically they did it for me. Received this email, and you can check it out here and read it for yourself. Feel free to pause as it scrolls along the video here. But the gist of it is that FPV Crate has bought out Drone Drop. So therefore, Drone Drop will no longer exist, which is quite interesting of developments that have happened. That being said, I also then hopped onto the Drone Drop website to see what was going on, and their website has all this change of information, and specifically they have a little FAQ area, and it says, what's the current status of my subscription? And it says there, basically, effective immediately, your subscription is canceled unless you choose to flip over and resubscribe to FPV Crate. So basically, I've canceled my Drone Drop, as well as everyone else in the world. So let's talk about this for a moment of what I think's been going on here. Personally, I think these last 3 months, this has been a known thing. This has been coming. It's been something like this doesn't just happen overnight. This is something that's been in the works and in the talks for a while. And this is probably why our boxes have been pretty much pathetic for the last couple of months, because why try? If you're going away, just get rid of your inventory, stretch out what you got, and make it last to the end of the year so that you can have this whole thing. As well, if you're trying to switch from one box to another box, why would you want that box to be amazing and then go away? You'd want to basically make that box look terrible so that people will be like, yeah, I'm fed up with this, let me go check out this other thing. So that's why these last 3 boxes, in my opinion, were kind of terrible, because they're just using up their last little bits before they go away. And it kind of sucks, but it's the way business goes, c'est la vie. Now, a couple of things that you do need to be aware of, that they are transitioning over to the FPV crate, which by all means is an excellent box. They've been providing so far since they joined the races in July. They have been providing some excellent value. However, if you are a Drone Drop subscriber currently, there's going to be a change in price. Now, they are offering a promotional if you're not already a subscriber of FPV Crate and you're coming from Drone Drop. There's a special email with a coupon code in there that you can sign up, and you can, for the first 3 months, and only 3 months, the first 3 months, you'll pay what you pay for Drone Drop. However, after those first 3 months, it'll then go to the FPV Crate normal rate, which is, in all intents and purposes, it's about $10 more, because the Drone Drop as a subscriber was $39.99 and FPV Crate as a subscriber is $49.99, and they both have roughly, I think, like $10 shipping. So it's going to cost you $10 more. So now for some people, this may or may not be in your budget. So I just want you to be aware that you don't think it's going to be the same price and then you get, snuck up on with a jack in price, and it could cause problems. So I just want everyone, so that there's no hidden costs. If you're going to check out FPV Crate for that switchover, there's what you got. Your other option, you don't have to, just because you're a subscriber of Drone Drop, you don't have to go to FPV Crate. You're basically just relinquished of your subscription, and you can do whatever you'd like. Your other option you have is Quadbox. Now, they have several different versions of the box, basically with the shirt, without the shirt, with the boost, without the boost. What's the boost? The boost is kind of like that high ticket item in the box. If you want to have the equivalent of a Drone Drop box, then you're looking at one of the quad boxes that contain boost. So it's really, do you want a shirt or do you not want a shirt? To be apples to apples with a Drone Drop box price for price, then you're looking at the light version, which does not contain a t-shirt, just like the Drone Drop boxes did not contain shirts, and it's $43, something like that. So it's only a couple dollars more than the Drone Drop was. If you also want to get the t-shirt, that's the one I opt in for. That one's $50, which is the same price as the FPV Crate, and you always get a t-shirt in the boxes. So that's kind of, if you're into shirts, go for the $50 one. If you're not into shirts, you just want stuff, go for the $43 one. But those are your two options to basically now, because Drone Drop's out of the running. So now we just have Quadbox and we just have FPV Crate, which are your choices to switch to if you've only been subscribing to Drone Drop and you'd like to figure out where to go. Which one should you go to? Well, that's a decision that you need to make on your own. I will be doing a separate video in a couple of days here at the end of the year to sort of do a year-end wrap-up of where we're at with these boxes and who provided the best value, and kind of give you my overall, since I've been a subscriber, my impressions of them and what I see from them. And you can take from that as you will. But either way, whether you go with FPV Crate or you go with Quadbox, they both are solid value boxes. As a just off the cuff, personally, I think I like Quadbox just a smidge more, just because I feel like they always provide just a little bit more value overall in the grand scheme of things. But we'll do a whole video comparing and talking about the whole year in general. But with that being said, back to the Drone Drop box. This box was terrible. I'd recommend you don't subscribe to them, considering that they don't exist anymore, so you can't subscribe to them. So really, there's no point to really talk about Drone Drop anymore, which is kind of cool thing from my perspective, because it's one less thing that I have to worry about, and it frees up some more time and some more cash to do other projects and other things on this channel to bring you some excellent content. So, as always, My name's Tronage. Fly strong.